Okay, I'm doing it. I'm giving up my foldable device to the new S22 Ultra. Probably some of you thinking like, why would I do that? And the foldable device is a pretty good device. It has a big screen and it's unique. It's new tech. I mean, it folds. I mean, I always get conversation starters with this kind of phone. I mean, they keep on saying like, oh, cool, that's a cool phone. Like, what is that? And it's Samsung. I was like, what? No. Yeah, I get plenty of those whenever I use my foldables outside. It actually folds. It's a good one. I mean, the crease is still there. This is actually the Fold 2. I do think it is time for an upgrade. Even though it's kind of like an upgrade, but downsizing a screen. But I do have like 6 things that I do want to point out why I'm going to the S22 Ultra. So even though that this foldable has a big screen, it is 7.6 inches diagonally. It's massive, it really is. When it's closed, it's 6.2 inches. And it gives out that kind of look where it looks like a brick. Mini tablet that can fit in your pocket, which is pretty cool in that kind of perspective. And as for the S22 Ultra, which I already have right here, this is 6.8 inches diagonally. Even though that this is like a mini tablet, this has a huge screen, but I still think that the S22 has a bigger screen when you look at it. When you apply the apps to it, this is actually a bigger screen than this. Even though this is 7.6, this is 6.8. Who watches in their sleep? I do, a lot. I do watch in my sleep. I do watch videos whenever I do lay down. I just do watch. Oh my god, watching videos in this thing, in this Fold, it's kind of awkward. It's kind of awkward watching videos onto this phone, to the foldables, because you know it's a tablet, and then when you lay down, you kind of got that weird kind of orientation. You can still see the crease, which I don't mind. I mean, I've had this already for more than a year, and I don't really mind the crease, but I do know it's there. It's weird holding it when you're laying down. You got that weird kind of orientation whenever you'd have to go on about. I'd always have it closed, and then I'd watch it this way. So this is already a smaller screen whenever I'd watch something, even though this is 6.2, but you would still have these black bars on the side whenever you'd watch, because the aspect ratio is kind of odd and different. So that's one. The size is actually better on the S22. Number 2, it's heavy. This is heavy. Well, of course, not really heavy, but it's noticeably, you can really feel the weight. This is heavy. Technically, it's kind of like 2 phones that is just stacked together. So it's kind of like bringing 2 phones. Rather than just this, you just get 1 phone. You know what I mean. Number 3 is mounting it on a car. Because, you know, most of the time, I mean, a lot of us uses our phones in our cars. Mainly for maps, maybe for Waze, or any kind of directions with that. And of course, you'd want your cell phone to be visible while you drive, so that you can get around with your location and directions and stuff like that. This is hard to mount on a car. There are literally like 2 things that you can use. It's either the suction cup or a magnet. I've owned the suction cup and the magnet for my previous phones before this, and they worked perfectly fine. But for this is kind of different. It's kind of off with the magnet, and of course, with switching around with the magnet here, it fools around with the cameras and stuff like that and moves around some mechanical parts in there, which is kind of scary too. I mean, that's scary for all kinds of phones. Of course, going back to the regular size kind of a cell phone, anything would do fine. The suction cup, the magnet, they'll do pretty good. I use the magnet now, which is amazing, which I love. The other thing about it is the aspect ratios. Going through social media, going through videos on YouTube, going through any kind of video streaming platforms that you would see, like TikTok, even Instagram, Facebook, all that. It has a weird kind of aspect ratio, so that's that kind of throws it off with going through with an opened Fold. Well, yeah, with Instagram and stuff like that. And oh yeah, make sure to do a follow, I guess. Yeah. Thank you. The cases are the odd ones because those are pretty much the hard ones to find with foldable phones. And usually I get one or two of different kinds. One is pretty much like a half case. So it's half. This is the, I don't know what this is. So only that part right there. And then of course when you fold it, and that's it. And nothing else is getting protected in the front, or the hinge rather, or anything else. It's just getting protected in the back, which is, you know, fine for most part, because I'm really careful with my phones and stuff like that. But so you'd get like a half kind of case. You're not actually paying for a full case, so you're just paying for a half case. Or if you're actually looking for the full-on case that would protect both back and front of the cameras, you get two of them. One for the back, one for the front. And of course there's no special kind of locking mechanism in the front that would include tape so that it can actually stick onto your phone. This is already a thick phone as is, and then just imagine including more thickness to the phone. And then again, of course, if you have this kind of case, your hinge isn't protected. Of course, there are a bunch of other cases out there that could protect the entire phone of it, but it's just gonna get more thicker. And probably like number 6 is, it's fragile. You have to be really careful with your phone, with this fold. So it's the screen in the front, you know, when it's opened. You have to protect your hinge, make sure that this is doing fine and well. And of course there's a gap in between, so just to make sure you don't squish it as much. And of course with the screen in the front and the cameras and all around. Don't get me wrong, I know I've said like all of the negative stuff with the Fold 2, but I do love it. And it's pretty cool, like whenever you go through documents, go through emails, go through text messages, the typing, the keyboards are pretty amazing. And that is something that can live only into this kind of phone. But other than that, just taking care of the phone, that's scary to do. And I think I'm doing fine, or I think I will do fine with the S22 Ultra. And of course the battery is better. It's 5,000 milliamps, and the Fold is the Fold is 4.5, yeah, 4,500 milliamperes. So hopefully this thing is longer. Yet to test it out fully, but we'll see. And I will probably do a couple of videos with this and an iPhone 13, maybe soon. We'll see. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. It was just a quick, simple one, just to differentiate that I'm actually giving up the Fold and going back to a normal, going back to a normal size kind of cell phone. Well, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, okay? Bye!